Greetings, everyone. We are almost 6 months away from the grace period as announced by the South African government. That is for the Zimbabwe exemption permit holders. You recall that on the 24th of November 2021, government took a decision that it will not renew the Zimbabwe exemption permit. It then granted a 12-month period for people to move to other visas. The 12 months period should have ended on the 31st of December 2022. Later on, government, through the Department of Home Affairs, extended the grace period to the 30th of June 2023. So it's 6 months before the deadline. What this means is that if you have not been able to move, or if you are not going to be able to move to other visas by the 30th of June 2023, you'll be expected to return back home or to leave South Africa. If you do not leave South Africa, you invite yourself to be arrested and possibly be deported. So this is a reminder to ZEP holders who are still trying to move that you have 6 months to move. Yes, we are aware that there are serious challenges in terms of those that are people we classify as people of low skin, that in terms of the Immigration Act do not qualify to move to other visas. We have also explained the issue of a waiver. I think we've done about 4 or 5 videos explaining the issue of a waiver. So those that are not qualifying, you will have challenges when it comes to the 30th of June 2023. In the last video, we're analyzing the ANC elective conference, which happened from the 16th to the 20th of December 2022. And we had said that after the conference, we were going to analyze the new policy on immigration, which the ANC elective conference was to adopt. We are told that the conference adjourned to the 5th of January 2023. This means that we will only be able to have access to the adopted new policy on migration by the ANC, which will obviously go through the normal parliamentary and government structures for it to become law in South Africa. So we'll only have access to it after the 5th of January 2023. So we do not know what is likely to happen. And also you'll also recall that the court case that others are pursuing will only be heard in mid-April, which is 2.5 months before the expiry of the grace period. So again, we do not know what the outcome of the court case is going to be. So we thought it's important that we remind each other that it's a 6 months. Yes, we know that people are on holiday, but while on holiday, we must also remember that we have 6 months remaining. We are hoping that for those that will not be able to move, and if the government does not change its position with respect to the renewal of ZEP, we will be finalizing in the new year the issue of Provident Fund and other benefits to workers, those that will not be able to move to other visas, who might need to relocate back to Zimbabwe. We have also explained the issue of returning residents, especially those that have motor vehicles. The government of Zimbabwe did clarify, and we recorded a video on this, indicating that you will not be paying duty for your vehicle and other goods that you might have. But we will get more clarity so that we explain as we get closer to the 30th of June, when it becomes apparent that people might a number of people might not be able to move to other visas. Then on the question of waivers, just to conclude, we are still waiting from you, because we know that there are many of you that rushed in the last 3 months to the VFS office in Pretoria to apply for waivers. We know that some of you were rushing to Braamfontein. You remember there's these agents in Braamfontein who were asking us, and we said we are not working with them. But you elected to rush to them to be assisted to apply for a waiver, to apply for visas, which now is more than 3 months. So we're waiting for you to indicate if you have received the outcome. But remember, ourselves were doubting in terms of those offices in Braamfontein, and also for the application for a waiver, to say, how does a person of low skill get granted a waiver to work in South Africa, or to be granted a visa to work in South Africa for a job that a South African can do, unless of course there are changes in the Immigration Act, or the minister decide to document every ZEP holder who wants to be documented. So if indeed you applied, please indicate to us, because this might assist others to say what has been the outcome. Of course, we've seen the rejection of some, especially those that are applying for business permits, because it says their companies do not contribute to the economy of South Africa. We have been approached by a number of people that are showing us the rejection letters because their companies are not contributing to the South African economy. These people, they applied to the Department of Trade and Industry for clearance, but the Department of Trade and Industry has indicated in the letters that those who were rejected received, does not issue visas to anyone. It is the decision or the responsibility of the Department of Home Affairs. But they've been writing to others, those that will have approached them, to say they will not recommend that you be granted a visa, but the decision lies with the Department of Home Affairs. So if you are one such individual, you can try your luck and apply to the Department of Home Affairs, notwithstanding that you received a letter from the Department of Trade and Industry saying that they do not recommend that you get a visa. Otherwise, we will then get to know, once the ANC elective conference concludes and make their policy documents public, and we had said we are interested in the immigration policy, to see whether the proposals that were contained in the gazetted 2017 international policy on what they call it, international migration policy as gazetted in 2017, whether those proposals, they've thrown them out or they've incorporated them. So we'll talk then on this subject after the ANC conference, which we are told is going to convene again on the 5th of January 2023. Otherwise, less than while we are on holiday, not forget that is 6 months. So if you qualify, please do apply. There's no time. So that when we go for Easter weekend, which at the moment I haven't looked into the calendar, I do not know the dates of 2023 Easter weekend, so that when we break for Easter weekend, your applications will be inside. Other people are asking us, when is the deadline? The grace period expires on the 30th of June 2023. But we recommend that if you think you qualify, make sure that by the Easter weekend, your application is being processed. So you should have submitted. Otherwise, please share with us your own challenges. If you have applied, if you have not applied, what are the challenges? Circulate this video. Please continue to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Otherwise, continue enjoying your holidays for those that are on holiday. Otherwise, goodbye.